What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost, and we're here with our Monday Night Raw review for January the 24th, 2021. This is the go-home show to the Royal Rumble. Of course, the Royal Rumble is this Saturday from the Stone in America Center in St. Louis, Missouri. The night started off with the official weigh-in between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. And we main evented the show with Maurice's birthday party because you know everybody's excited about celebrating Maurice's birthday 3 days later! Her birthday was on Friday, for fuck's sake. We also had a United States Championship match between Damian Priest and Kevin Owens, which ended how you expected it to end. And it's going to lead to a stipulation they did, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago? The last time he defended the title, when he defended it against Dolph Ziggler, and the stipulation was if he got disqualified or counted out, he would lose the championship. Yeah, they did that same exact fucking stipulation. They're going to do that same exact stipulation very, very soon. Just lame how they do this shit. We are still coming to Raw because WWE has no plans for this guy. You wouldn't know how little WWE has plans for Veer. They've been doing this Veer's coming garbage for, 2 months now? Veer has been coming to Raw for like 3 months. 3 or 4 months. He has been coming to Raw, and they have no plans for the guy. So how is anyone supposed to be excited for anything if you're going to keep just, he's coming, and he hasn't shown up yet? Plus, Bianca Belair took on Zelina Vega. You had a 6-woman tag match that literally went less than 3 minutes. And WWE wants to know why the women's division sucks. Why nobody cares about the women's division. And on top of that, word was out today that WWE wants Ronda Rousey back soon. They want her back as soon as possible because they know their women's division is shitty. They know that the women's division sucks, but they won't look in the mirror and see who is at fault here. It's just what they do. Yeah, it's just the fact that it's like WWE's like, we need Ronda back. We want her back. We need her back now. And some places are pointing out that she's going to be back at the Rumble, but that's not confirmed. Nobody knows when Ronda Rousey is going to come back. If she comes back and she's a surprise in the Royal Rumble, then obviously she probably should win it. But honestly, if I'm Ronda Rousey, I would look at the state of the women's division. See the fact that everybody is losing matches. Like, the matches are just 2 to 3 minutes long. The only people who seem to get any fucking care is Charlotte 9000 and Becky. Everyone else suffers. And of course, Sasha Banks is out, so you can't say anything about that. And Dana Brooke is the 24/7 champion running around with a title that nobody cares about. But yet Ronda Rousey should be so stoked about being back for the Royal Rumble. Nah. They need, if I'm Ronda, I'd be like, okay, I'll come back, but you gotta treat the women's division better. You gotta start booking these women better. You gotta start treating these women like they fucking matter. Instead of just throwing them out there for 2.5 minutes or so, and that's that. If I'm Ronda Rousey, I ain't coming back until this women's division actually feels like you give a shit about it. Which we all know is not going to happen. But yeah, they want Ronda Rousey back, who would become the face of the women's division again. All the work she put in to try and make the women's division mean something, which was barely any at all, but, it's just, I don't know what the fuck WWE thinks. They want Ronda Rousey back. They want Ronda Rousey back so fucking badly. So badly. But yet, you treat the women's division like it's garbage. Why would she want to come back and not have great matches against a Bianca Belair, great matches against a Piper Niven, if you actually book Piper Niven to be Piper Niven and not this shitty name you have her as. That of course, is only there so when you hear her name, Vince McMahon is in the back going, ha 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 That's such a good name. God damn it. Yes. Ronda Rousey should just look at them and like, fuck no. Where you have the women's division right now? Hell no. Why would I need to come back when everything that was of the women's division was like when she left has all been just deteriorating and erased? And if I was also Ronda Rousey, I would say you need to fire John Laurinaitis. You need to fire Bruce Pritchard because both of those guys right there do not give a shit about professional wrestling. Until they're gone, I'm not coming back. But we'll see. Ronda is just somebody that they brought in the first time because they wanted to get that big publicity. Hey, look, we got Ronda Rousey. She's a big fucking name. We should matter. Please pay attention to us. Please pay attention to us. And now, since she's been gone, what has happened to the women's division? Becky held the title for well over a year, more than she should have. Should have lost to Shayna Baszler 2 WrestleManias ago, but no, she didn't. Went out and had a baby, which was fine, whatever. Asuka won the championship in a Money in the Bank ladder match, which she did jack shit with because they didn't want to book her worth a damn. And now here we are. WWE wanting to bring Ronda Rousey back. Did they forget about the Queen's Crown Tournament where every match in the Queen's Crown Tournament went less than 3 minutes? Some went less than 1 minute. And yet, I'm supposed to give a shit about Ronda Rousey coming back. I'm supposed to care about Ronda Rousey. What you going to do with Ronda Rousey? You're going to have her win the Royal Rumble, go to WrestleMania, face Becky, beat Becky, win the Women's Championship, and then just act like everything is just all about Ronda Rousey again? I don't care. Nobody should care. If Ronda Rousey comes back, she's not even coming back to the same type of women's division she left 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. She's coming back to a women's division that is a shell of itself. It's that simple. And I don't see any reason why anyone should care. As I said, the Monday Night Raw started off with the weigh-in with Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Brock Lesnar cut his hair down to a thin stripe, unless that's just his hair braided into one big stripe, which I don't think it is, but yeah. Nice big thin stripe of hair. No longer has the ponytail, which I'm sure, it is what it is. He comes out in his casual clothes, wearing a cowboy hat, fucking gets into the ring, and Corey Graves is like, Brock, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's appropriate wear to a weigh-in. Brock Lesnar with the best line, Mr. Graves, do you want me to get naked for you? Let's just do the weigh-in. So, yeah, Brock Lesnar embarrassing guys like Corey Graves anytime. But it's like, Brock Lesnar, how are you making me like Brock Lesnar so much? The guy just goes out there. He has this, don't give a shit anymore. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want to say. If it makes people laugh, it makes people laugh. If it pisses people off, it pisses people off. And most people are just laughing with this guy. What the hell, man? So we have the weigh-in. Not much special about it. We have MVP bragging about the fact that Bobby Lashley is 270 pounds of almighty muscle, killing machines and stuff. And I'm like, who cares? I will say, out of the 2 companies who've done a weigh-in in the last year plus, in the last 365 days, this weigh-in was leagues better than that garbage they did with Cody Rhodes and Anthony Ogogo, which even Cody knows was a massive bomb. Just saying. Bianca Belair versus Zelina Vega. This match went, I'm telling you, about 2 minutes. Maybe 3. Vega goes for the code red, block the code red into a KOD 1, 2, 3, and Bianca Belair picks up the win. Of course she picked up the win. You're not going to have Zelina Vega beat Bianca Belair. And yet, this woman could be having a bigger impact in professional wrestling had she not re-signed. Her winning the Queen of the Ring means absolutely nothing. And honestly, it feels like because she came back, WWE promised to give her the title of first ever official queen in WWE, which would entice her to come back. We're going to bring you back. You're going to lose for a while, but we're going to give you we're going to crown you the Queen of the Ring when we go to Saudi Arabia and we have the Queen's Crown Tournament. That is the only reason why it feels like they even gave her this thing. We see what happened with Kevin Owens last week defeating Damian Priest by pinfall. Owens is backstage with Kevin Patrick. Owens is insulted by Patrick, saying he faked his injury last week to get a sneaky win on Damian Priest. He's like, "You said I'm a liar." But it wasn't an injury. It wasn't a fake injury. I just read the shirt. Just keep fighting through the pain. And now he gets a title shot because of that, and he will do the same thing tonight until he become the United States champion and walks off. Damian Priest versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. Yes, last week was Damian Priest's first actual pinfall loss since he made his debut last year. He's lost by DQ multiple times. He's lost on tag team. He's been on the losing end of tag team matches a couple times in the last few months. But he's never been pinned until last week. Here's my problem with this. Wouldn't it be a bigger deal, the person who beats Damian Priest for the United States Championship, wouldn't it be a bigger deal if that person beat Damian Priest while he was undefeated in singles matches? Wouldn't it have been a bigger deal to whoever beats him getting that, being known as the first man to pin Damian Priest and also winning the United States Championship? Yes, that would be a huge deal. That would be so much bigger than this. But what do we get? We get Kevin Owens winning a non-title match to go to tonight's show to face off against Damian Priest. And how does the match go? It goes pretty much the same as before. However, Priest is in the middle. Kevin Owens is in the corner, and Damian's out. He's got the fucking pissed off look. He's wanting to beat the shit out of this guy. He starts kicking this guy, and, just beating this guy up. Referee's trying to get him off. He backs him off for a second. Priest gets back on him. He starts beating him up some more. And then the referee eventually calls for the bell. The problem with this type of gimmick is WWE is going to go down the same rabbit hole they went the last time he had to defend his title. Next time Kevin Owens gets a title match, it'll be a one-on-one match. But if Damian Priest gets disqualified, if Damian Priest gets counted out, he loses the United States Championship. They did this with Dolph Ziggler, what was it, last month? A couple weeks ago, actually. And here we are again with the uncreativity of WWE to go, how do we get over this entire gimmick? Let's have him lose by disqualification time and time again. And when he's defending the championship, the next time he defends, it'll be a one-on-one match, but he can lose the title by disqualification. That's how they're going to do this. This is how they always do this shit, and it's fucking stupid. Now, that'll probably be next Monday. They didn't say anything about the Royal Rumble unless I missed it, because I'm going to be honest with you. This show was so fucking boring, I had to fight to stay awake. This show was so boring. And this is Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw is boring as shit. It's going to put you to sleep. And if you don't, if you're one of those people who's like, hey, I've had a long day, man. Wrestling gets me up and everything. It gives me the energy back. Not in this one, man. This show is just so fucking boring. The best thing of the show was fucking Brock Lesnar just being Brock Lesnar. Now, of course, we had a match tonight as well here in a bit, but this was literally just, the show was just wearing me out worse than anything else I could be doing today. We see what happened with Nikki Trash last week attacking Rhea Ripley, and then we get videos from Ripley, Dana Brooke, and Liv Morgan about them all being in the Royal Rumble and how they're all going to win the Royal Rumble. I could care less. Rhea Ripley and 24/7 champion Dana Brooke, and Liv Morgan versus women's champion Carmella, Nikki Trash, and Tamina Snuka. This match went 3 minutes at best. Yeah. Both women's matches tonight went 3 minutes at best. Do you want to know why these matches went 3 minutes at best? Because there was no Becky Lynch. If you would have had another Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair match, that match is going 10 to 15 minutes, no matter what you want to say. Maybe you happen to get a Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch match on Monday Night Raw. That match is probably going to go 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe you get a Nikki versus a Liv Morgan or a Nikki versus Becky Lynch. That match is going 10 to 15 minutes, more than likely. Same thing for, I wouldn't want to see it, but maybe one of the tag team champions gets a match against the Raw Women's Champion. They're going 10 to 15 minutes because WWE wants the women's champion out there being showcased, and she's the only one they give a shit about. But here, you had a 6-woman tag match, and it was over. If you went to the bathroom, you're like, oh, this match is not going to be, I don't care about this match. If you went to take a piss, you come back, that match is over already. That's how short this match was. Rhea Ripley puts in the Prism Trap submission, Carmella taps out. Who gives a shit? Hey, look at this. More garbage that makes you want to fall asleep. The Alpha Academy versus the RK Bro Spelling Bee. And this is step 1. There's going to be more than one academic challenge apparently in this because they called this part 1. Y'all remember during the beginning of the pandemic when WWE was stuck inside a gymnasium, an empty gymnasium? We had the Street Profits. We had the Viking Raiders. We had the Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better series. Remember that? You can play basketball, well, I can do it better. You can throw axes, I can do it better. You can bowl, we can bowl better. That's what this is going to be, no doubt. The fact that you have Randy Orton, a future Hall of Famer, doing a spelling bee on TV. A spelling bee. Why? I could care less about a fucking spelling bee. So basically they had the spelling bee, and somehow RK Bro outspell the Alpha Academy and Mr. 4-Point Otis and the valedictorian himself, Chad Gable, which leads to a match between Chad Gable and Randy Orton. Who'd you think would win that match? Oh, the tag team champions just won their titles not too long ago. Let's have them go out there and get a win. No, because we have to make sure you believe, you know, that we need to have a tag team title rematch coming up soon, and it's not enough that we have this stupid academic shit. Now we're going to have Randy Orton beat Chad Gable. After the match, Orton and Riddle celebrate as we go to replays. Riddle takes the mic and says, next week's challenge will be a trip back to gym class for an old-fashioned scooter race. Yeah. Remember Viking Raiders and Street Profits? Anything you can do, I can do better. We're on to that again. This time we get a scooter race. How is that an academic challenge? Why are we doing this? Just give them the tag team rematch at the Royal Rumble. Have the Alpha Academy win. We still have to have the breakup between the RK Bros. And because, you know, we're going to WrestleMania soon. WrestleMania, you're going to have Randy Orton versus Matt Riddle 1-on-1. Who's the heel in that? 100% it's got to be Randy Orton. I don't want to see a heel Matt Riddle whatsoever, but that's the way we're going. That's all there is to it. I do not care about this shit. We get a promotion for Bad Bunny's upcoming tour. Good for him. We get to the therapy sessions with Alexa Bliss. The man says he thinks Bliss is actually making progress. He takes personal questions when he asks first time she ever met Lily. She talks on and on and on and on and on while eating candy and all this other shit. And that's it. Who cares? That just shows how Austin Theory, like, honestly, when it comes to Alexa Bliss, if she's not coming back, because apparently they did trademark the Goddess, her old persona. Unless we're getting that version of Alexa Bliss back, get this shit off my television. I mean, she's going to be in the Royal Rumble, right? You don't have many women You have so many. You had like what 10 slots open and not too many women left. We had 10 before we had the 19. So, and you had it. You added. There's like 6 slots left, I believe. I believe there's like 5 or 6 slots left. Still have those slots to fill. You already announced almost all the freaking legends and old and former superstars who are coming back. The only ones you haven't announced were Melina and Cameron, and my God, who wants to see fucking Cameron? No, I do not want to see Ariana anywhere near the Royal Rumble. Just saying. So the announcers show us how Austin Theory defeated Finn Balor last week. We see footage of Theory in Vince McMahon's office. I am so tired of this. I'm just so tired of this. I know it just feels like we're gonna by the end of this year, Austin Theory will be future endeavored because WWE sees nothing in him. And we've been wasting our time with this entire Vince McMahon Austin Theory shtick. I don't fucking care. AJ Styles versus Austin Theory. This was the best match of the night, as you figured, because it is AJ Styles and Austin Theory. We get another coming soon vignette from Veer. Yes, Veer is still coming. When is he coming? Don't know. Don't care. They do not have any plans for Veer. They never had plans for Veer. They just brought this guy over. They broke this guy away from Shanky and Jinder Mahal for no fucking reason. Hell, his former Indus Sher partner has a role with Grayson Waller, I believe it was, or whoever, I think it was Grayson Waller, on NXT. But yet, they can't figure out anything for Veer. Why are you doing coming soon promos if you don't have any fucking plans for the guy? Ugh. So we have our match here, and again, pretty good match. I mean, this is the only thing that you're going to stay awake for, plain and simple. And there's just nothing else on this show that was worth a damn. Theory blocks the Styles Clash, but AJ blocks the ATL. AJ goes into the calf crusher, but Theory gets to the bottom rope and break the hold. Theory blocks a kick and mushes AJ in the face. AJ springboards up for the phenomenal forearm, but Theory pushes the rope. AJ goes down. Theory covers, but puts his feet on the ropes, and the referee stops him. Theory argues with the ref. Now AJ kicks Theory, and this time nails a phenomenal forearm for a 1, 2, 3, and that's how the match ended. After the match, AJ stands tall as his music hits. We go to replay. Theory shows some frustration as he recovers. Probably going to get beat up by Vince McMahon later. Who gives a shit? We get a trailer for 2K22, which nobody should be excited for because it's terrible as it is. We get a backroom break, and the rapper Logic is thanked for providing Ballin' as the Royal Rumble theme song. The announcers hyped the women's title match between Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and Piper Niven. We go to a split-screen interview. They talk for a minute. They get heated. Piper actually leaves and finds Becky Lynch, which you do know when they do these interviews, they're sitting in the same room. 95% of the time, they're sitting in the same room. And it's obvious, too, when you see the shadow of one person is cast on the other person. It's just so stupid. And then we're supposed to be surprised when Piper shows up and finds Becky Lynch and starts fighting her. I mean, come on. I don't care because I know Piper's not winning. We see what happened between the Street Profits and Mysterious last week after the 8-man match with Rey Mysterio dumping the others over the top rope. Sarah Chavez backstage with Rey and Dominic, and now Rey talks about how it is an honor. It is an absolute honor to be the 2K22 superstar cover athlete. He says it would make him proud to see his son be on the cover one day. His son's got about maybe 10, 15, 20 years before that would probably be possible. Just saying. Dominic says, yes, that would be awesome, but I'm gonna start building my own legacy this Saturday when I win the Royal Rumble. And Raymond says, like, whoa, man, whoa, that means so you're gonna have to toss your old man over. You wouldn't do that, would you? Dominic's like, man, with that little stunt you pulled last week, you'd be the first person I dump over. And then he leaves, and Ray's like, oh, he's just kidding around, and that's that. So, here we go. The Mysterios versus the Street Profits. This match, I don't know. Definitely, I had some problems technical difficulties. You know, something was up. The feed comes back. Rey Mysterio and Dominic get the win. That is that. I couldn't tell you what actually happened. Not my fault. You can thank the cable providers. Way to go, cable. The Mysterios are left standing tall in the ring. Dominic tries to dump his dad over the top rope, but Ray sends his son to the floor. Ford dumps Ray over the top rope, and Dawkins dumps Ford over the top rope. Ziggler and Rude suddenly hit the ring and toss Dawkins over. Ziggler and Rude celebrate as fans boo them. The Mysterios hit the ring and brawl breaks out. The Mysterios and the Profits team up to dump the Dirty Dogs over the ring. The Mysterios and Profits stare each other down at the end of the segment. Because we can't go one episode of Monday Night Raw without doing, this is what happens in the Royal Rumble. There's 6 guys in here. Look how much the room is in here. Like, good grief, shut the fuck up. You don't have to do this every fucking year. We don't need a fucking preview every goddamn year with the Street with what the Royal Rumble is going to be like. I'm surprised we haven't got the by the numbers, because that used to be something they would shove and beat us over the head with from January 1st all the way to the Royal Rumble. We get the SmackDown rebound, don't give a shit. Rollins is backstage with Kevin Patrick. Rollins likes his odds with his match against Roman Reigns because he's beaten him before and this is one-on-one. Says Reigns knows he's the number one and that Rollins is the only one who can put Reigns in his place. Rollins says he will be making one more trip to SmackDown this Friday to deliver his message in person. We go to the Royal Rumble card for this Sunday. We go to the ring in the big main event segment. Miz in the celebration of his wife. Miz is out there, Maurice comes out, they do the shtick. There's this big golden box that, of course, people think is going to have Beth and Edge in it, maybe Beth or Edge. Well, they open it, it's the brick. He's like, oh, did you think we were going to be fooled that way? Do you really think that we're going to have a box that has the side that looks like it hold a person in it and not know what's inside? So Edge and Beth come through the entranceway. And Beth is fucking jacked, man. I don't know what she been doing, but my God, she looks like she could put you in a headlock and snap your neck. Holy shit, does she look fucking ready for Saturday. So they said they're gonna give you a little preview of what's gonna happen this Saturday. They head to the ring. Of course, Miz and Maurice has security. They beat up the security. Miz and Maurice get out of the ring. Edge and Beth hit a heart attack and a 3D on 2 poor souls. And the show goes off the air after Edge takes a third security member and powerbombs him through a table that had a cake and presents on it. And that's how Monday Night Raw came to an end. This show fucking sucks. I hate this show so much. I wish it was so much better. There was a time when Monday Night Raw was actually pretty good. And no, it wasn't the Attitude Era, because if you actually go back and watch some of those shows in the Attitude Era, yes, there was the main event was probably good. Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 segments were good, but a lot of those shows, the majority of it was a bunch of fluff in the middle that fucking sucked. But there was good stuff back in the mid-2000s and the early 2010s. But they just continue to regurgitate the same shit over and over and over again. They push the same men and women over and over and over again. I am fucking over this shit. Nobody should be happy with this show and the way this show is going. The Royal Rumble's on Saturday, and honestly, there's honestly nobody on the Raw side that I could see win the Royal Rumble. Unless you want to give it to Omos, which would be a massive mistake. If Omos is in the ring and isn't eliminated almost immediately and ends up winning this thing to get a WWE title shot, that would be horrendous. But I feel, we'll talk about that on Friday. But this was Monday Night Raw. It fucking sucked. Brock Lesnar was the best segment, had the best segment. AJ Styles had the best match. Other than that, I just don't care. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Find me on Minds of the France Club. Find me on twitch.tv/The France Club. And find me on Instagram at The France Club. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for good professional wrestling. Because we have Beach Break, where there's a possibility that one Johnny Gargano could possibly be making his AEW debut. Until then, my name is The France, and I'll see you guys later.